morning, everybody, and welcome back to Shixfy. This morning, we'll be identifying all streams of income that we may have in 2024 and the projected income for each stream. Now, this is going to be based on last year's income and also new incomes that I invested in last year and hopefully will generate income this year. So let's get to it. Oh, wait, but before that, are you enjoying the content? Don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share this little secret with your friends. And let's spread the joy together. Now, today is February the 2nd, 2024. And what we're going to do in our day two is we're going to be identifying our income streams. Um, so how do we do that? We're going to document our income source, just the name, the quantity, and you'll see why I have a quantity, a unit price, um, the projected income. Actual income is what we'll calculate along the year and then document it. We have projected income in USD and actual income in USD for people who are around the world so you can follow along with me. So let's get to it. So my first stream of income is what's it? Is rent. So I actually have a property that I invested in my younger years, in my 30s, and I struggled to pay it off, and I was successful in paying it off. It was supposed to be my primary residence, but due to the financial difficulties that I encountered last year, I decided to rent it out and kind of downgrade myself and look for a lower rental unit that I can live in with my family. So we're going to assume that we'll rent the apartment for 12 months. The unit price is 2,300 per month, and this is net. So any money I put in here will be net and not gross. Next income will be from sale of hay. I do have a farm. It's about 1.25 acres with hay. My farm is hay is very prevalent because they keep a lot of livestock, and therefore it's easy to sell hay. And we're in a semi-arid area, so most of the year it's normally dry. Um, the last year when I bought the property, the individual who was there had harvested about 120 bales, so that's the quantity I'm going with. And we harvest twice a year, so I multiply that by 2, and the unit price or your net profit after baling and packing and transporting is 80 shillings per bale. Let's just fix here a little bit. Let's do some formatting. To make it look a little bit more presentable. Okay. Last year I also ventured into vegetable farming. I did cabbage. Um, I was semi-successful because I broke even. I did harvest 1,500 heads of cabbage. My unit price was about 25 shillings, but after taking out my expenses, it came down to about 15 shillings. So 15 shillings is my net profit per cabbage. I do have local chicken that I've kept for about 2-3 years, and I sell my excess eggs. So basically, this is chicken for my consumption with my family, but I do have excess eggs. And because I'm thinking of increasing the number of animals I have, I'm targeting about 34 crates, which comes to about 10-20 eggs. I think thereabout. Um, the average price of my eggs, because they're local, it's a local breed, not the improved or the other ones. Um, the price ranges between 15 and 25 shillings, and therefore my average net profit will be about 15 shillings, and that's why I've documented 15. I know a lot of you will say, oh, but it's local, it should be 25, but the 10 shillings is the amount I'm taking out in order to be able to buy food, vaccines, or medication as needed. From the eggs, I did take a bunch of them. I take about 120 and I hatch them. Out of that, I have about an 80% hatch rate, and I normally sell those because they help me with the upkeep of the chicken and also small things that I need to invest in to keep improving the chicken business. So this year I'm targeting about 500 chicks, and I sell day-old chicks at 100 shillings, and the price goes up as I keep the chicken. There's some people who prefer 3-month-old because they have passed that vulnerable stage, and so at that stage I sell between 300 and 400. Um, so we're targeting 500 chicks at 1 day old, which comes to about 50,000. Some of my chickens are old and they have stopped laying, so we're going to be phasing those out for now. So we're targeting about 50, and we sell them at about 350 a kilo. My chickens average about 2 to 1.5 kilos, and therefore this 500 is just going to be net. So we've taken out any expenses that have incurred this year. Of course, this is a new YouTube channel. We're hoping we'll be able to get to 1K subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Just keep watching, keep liking, commenting down below, telling me where you are, and hopefully we'll be able to attain these targets together. So based on my research, YouTube pays out 100 in chunks of $100. So we're hoping we'll get one payment of $100 at 16,125 because of the exchange rate of USD 161.25. Hopefully, so we're being hopeful. This is projected income, and you have to put these things out in the world to be able to achieve them. My next side hustle is I run a consultancy on real estate, and I do some brokering of some properties. So last year I was able to attain about seven seven payments. This year I'm trying to boost that by having 4 additional payments of 75,000 each. It's not guaranteed, but uh, that's why I'm going to be pushing myself to add more, and it's projected income, so it's giving me a goal for this year also. Next is Uber. Um, I do have a car that I bought in my younger years. It's fully paid off, and I'm going to try and get into Uber. I'm hoping to get at least an average of 10 trips that give me a net profit of 3,000. And so this is based on the research of what other YouTubers have documented about their Uber experience. So I'm hoping to target about 3,000. So I may or may not get to the target, but I have to give myself a goal. At the farm, I do have a few goats, and I'm hoping this year I'll be able to sell my first goat. Um, so last year around Christmas, they were selling for about 7,000 per goat, of about, I think it was live weight of about 12, 15 kilos. So I'm hoping I can get at least one. I can sell one, um, which I will which I will invest back and buy more goats. So I also want to get into sheep farming. I don't have any at the moment, so I'm hoping the 7,000 that I sell from the goats, I'll be able to buy 1 or 2 sheeps, baby sheeps, and breed them up to sell at the end of the year. I also invested in tea tree. So tea tree is a plant that is used to extract essential oils, and I planted probably about a quarter or half an acre. Last year my crop didn't do so well, so I sold about 200 kilos at about 10 shillings, and so my net profit was 2,000. It was slightly above, but I used that to pay the workers who work on that farm. Last year, I also invested in rosemary. So rosemary, I planted about an acre. I don't know how our harvest is going to be, but I'm optimistic that I'll get about 3,000 shillings. So I'll keep you posted because we start harvesting in May. Also in my younger years, I invested in a few stocks. Mainly they were IPOs, and I just never sold them. So I do earn dividend from three companies, um, an average of 1,000 per year. I do intend to sell these stocks and buy into companies that are giving better dividend payment per year, and I also intend to um, save money to invest more in that one particular company. So keep posted. I'll show in one of my videos. I'll walk you through what I did and how I did it. And I think that's it. We're going to add um, a miscellaneous income source in case I sell furniture or I sell something that will give me an income. I would like to document it. So there are actually two pieces of furniture that I would like to sell. Um, Hopefully, I'll be able to get something from it. Um, so now that we have identified our income source, we know the total income for the year will be 1.3 million or 8,000 USD. We're going to go ahead and divide that by 12, which will give us an average of our monthly income, which comes to about 600 USD. And so what this does is it will, I know that now my budget, my zero-based budget, has to come to an amount close to this. So we don't want to go over this because some of this incomes we don't have experience with them. And let me just highlight a few so you can understand where I'm coming from. So we're gonna highlight YouTube. I've never received income for YouTube. Uber, this is something new. What else? The rest I normally receive income in small bits. So our target is to stay below this amount, below 108,000 per month. And if we're able to stay below this, then we will be fine. But if we blow this budget, oh, we're in trouble. And January was already a mess, and you'll see why in the next video. But again, this is just setting up ourselves mentally, so we can have an idea of what we're budgeting for. Because if you don't have a regular paycheck, like every month or every week or every bi-weekly, and you rely on business income, it's really hard to budget. But having an idea of how much you need to budget for, it it sort of helps you improve your financial status by saving more, by spending less, by knowing where to cut off. Um, and any time of the year, if one of these streams of income isn't working, I will look for more. I don't want to be limited by just this. So if let's say I get an offer to do something, I will come and document it. Or maybe let's say I know that in some cases I've seen people who did all their chickens died. So that is something that would come and veto from here and say, hey, you know what, this chicken business isn't working. I could sell off everything and maybe invest more in goats and more in sheep. I don't know. So that's something we just have to work on. But again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share this little secret with your friends, and see you next time.